Hello and welcome back to Blake's Den, and a slightly different video to normal, but in this video I'm going to tell you how I found out the history of my Mini from the DVLA. So let me tell you how. So this is my Rover Mini Cooper MPI, which is the multi-point fuel injection model, one of the last of the Minis, or the last version of the Minis. This one is from 1997 and it was originally on a P plate, but I've currently got a private plate on it. So I found out that there was a form you can fill in with the DVLA called the V888 form, and this will tell you information about the previous keepers of the vehicle. Now, under the GDPR rules, which apply in the UK and in Europe, the DVLA is not allowed to disclose the names and addresses of the previous owners, but they are allowed to give you some snippets of information. And all of this is for a fee of £5, check or postal order. Yeah, I had to find a checkbook. And yeah, they've sent me some really interesting information. So let me run through that with you. So this is the letter that I got back from the DVLA. It took quite a while for it to turn up, several months. I say the information's redacted in it. I'm also redacting my personal information in this as well. So first of all, you got a cover letter saying, yeah, it's a make Rover Mini Cooper Red 1275cc. So that just kind of confirms what the vehicle is. And then we've got some more information on the next page. So this page gives the vehicle details. So Rover Mini Cooper 2-door saloon, red, 1275cc, private light goods, taxation class. It also gives you the VIN number and the engine number, which obviously I've kept hidden. Year of manufacture. Now this is quite an interesting one. 31st of the 12th, 1997. So remember that. New Year's Eve, 1997. Date of first registration, 30th of June, 1997. But it was registered before it was built. So that's just like kind of a glitch in the DVLA system, where they haven't got an exact date of manufacture. It's just a year of manufacture. So they put the last day of the year for that reason. So I know it was built in 97 sometime. I don't know the exact date though at this stage, but I know it was first registered on the 30th of June 1997. So if you remember what the UK number plate system used to be in the 90s, you would get a new number plate, came out every 12 months, and that would be on the 1st of August. So 30th of June, obviously end of June, you only had July, and then you would have had August, which would have been an R-Reg. So yeah, it was registered sort of just before the changeover. So this is when things start to get interesting. So I am the 6th keeper. I acquired the car the 7th of March 2009, which is correct. But then you see it'll tell you the details of the previous keeper. So the guy I bought it from, a guy called Steve, I seem to remember, he acquired it on the 8th of January 2009 and sold it 7th of March, which ties in with me. An address in Stoke-on-Trent. I remember going to his house to pick it up. It was in the Stoke-on-Trent postcode district, but it wasn't in Stoke-on-Trent itself. And then before that, the keeper, so someone had it for a couple of years. So actually it's less than that really. They got it at the end of November 2007 and got rid of it in January 2009. And that was in Nantwich. And then Keeper 3 had the car for 10 years, from 1997 until 2007. So 1st of November 97 to the 16th of May 2007, and that was in Thornton Cleverleys, which I think is near Blackpool. And then this gets quite interesting here as well. So Keeper 2 27th of the 9th, 1997 in Blackpool, and keeper 1, 30th of the 6th, 1997 in Liverpool. So there's no date of disposal for these. So I think this one would have been the dealer who registered it initially in Liverpool, and then they passed it like through the dealer chain in September to another dealer in Blackpool, who then sold the car in November to this guy. So really, there's only been 4 proper keepers of this car. 2 of them were dealers. So the next document you get is the V5 certificates and copies of those. So every time there's been a change where somebody's manually written on the V5 and sent it off to the DVLA, you'll get a copy of every one of those. So this one is for when I moved house. So yeah, it's got my signature on and my details, which is why it's not been redacted by the DVLA. Next document is another V5C from when I moved house again. So I've lived at 3 different houses with this car, so it's again just showing you the change of address. This one's quite interesting as well. So I transferred my number plate onto this car. So I previously had it on a Toyota MR2. Interesting sub point, but MR2 still exists. It's currently sewn, but it still exists. This is what it looks like when I had it. And this is the last picture I found of it on the internet, where somebody had made it look like a Ferrari. That was not me. Yeah. So this tells you about the transfer. So H31AAV, that's the MR2. P102 DCW, that's the Mini. And then the plate getting transferred between the cars. So there's a few V5s to do that number plate transfer. And then this goes on to the V5 for when I bought the car. So this one has been redacted by the DVLA, but it's got when I acquired the car, 7th of March, and it's also got the previous registered keeper's address on, which has obviously been blacked out, and then it's got Alsager post office stamp on it, because I went in that post office to transfer the car over, because that's where I bought the car from. It was Alsager in Staffordshire. So yeah, that all kind of ties in with the Stoke-on-Trent, and ties in with my experience when I bought the car. Obviously, yeah, you can't see the keeper's details anymore because of the GDPR regulations, or the General Data Protection Regulations, so that's redacted. So we're now getting to the fully redacted V5s. So this was going to the guy called Steve, I think he was called, who had the car before me. So Stoke-on-Trent, and then this was the address of the previous keeper, who was in Nantwich, and the date they acquired the vehicle on, which was 24th of the 11th, 2007. And then yeah, the supplementary bits of the V5, you can see it's all blacked out, but it's actually, you know, filled out by hand with the people who owned the car at the time. And then we'll go back again, another copy of the V5. So it's still P102 DCW. So this is when the person in Nantwich bought it. And then you've got the Thornton Cleverlease. I hope I'm saying that right. There's a guy who owned it for 10 years. So yeah, acquired the vehicle 1st of the 11th, 1997. And it was declared new at first registration, which is what we know. So you really see the difference in the V5s here. This is all kind of filled out by hand now. So P102 DCW, Rover Mini Cooper 1.3 red. Address is all blacked out, Blackpool. And then it's stamped Martin, Blackpool, Lancashire. 26th of September 97, it looks like, yeah. And that's when it was signed, 26th of September 97. So this will have been the dealer will have filled this out when the guy bought the car new. from the Rover dealership. I'm not sure which one it was from, but yeah, from the Rover dealership in Blackpool. And then we've also got this document, which is the application for a license for a new motor vehicle and declaration of registration. So this was when the dealership were registering the car when it was new, or I imagine back in the day you would have had to take it to a DVLA office to get this done, back when they had offices. So yeah, you see it was assigned a number plate P102 DCW. And it's been taxed for 12 months in 1 week. So back in the day, you could only really tax it for 12 months, but there used to be some weird thing around you could get some extra weeks on there depending upon what day you went in to the office. And then it says, yeah, Rover Mini Cooper 1.3i, 2-door saloon, 2-axle rigid body, flame red, which is what it is, flame red. Again, details have been redacted on this. Interestingly, if you check, before I bought my car, I did a car check on it, and it came back, it changed colour. But because it's red and white, I think it's down as like multicoloured now or something. And then it's obviously flame red at some point, so hence why it says it's been changed colour, but it's always been a red car. And the last page of the document ties in with the previous page, which is all about the first dealership in Liverpool registering it on the 30th of June 1997. Interestingly, the number plate DCW is how it ends. In the old style pre-2001 UK number plate system, the last two digits, CW, represented the town where the number plate would have been issued. CW was actually a Preston code, and obviously this was registered in Liverpool, but I know by this point, the DVLA had offices around, but they didn't have offices in every town. So it might be in the case that some areas were kind of consolidated and they just issued the next available number plate. So does all that information make sense? Well, I was lucky enough to get the original sort of handbooks with the car, and I got it. And you can see here that the first person who was the new keeper was actually lived in Formby in Liverpool. And that kind of threw me because that first garage was Liverpool, and it went to Blackpool again. But you can see here P102 DCW, date of first registration 30th of June 97, and the supplying dealer was Dutton Forshaw, Vicarage Lane, Blackpool, Lancashire. And Thornton Cleverleys, however it's pronounced, is near Blackpool. So it's just coincidence that the guy bought it was actually from Liverpool. But it was, yeah, supplied by Dutton Forshaw, and it still has the Dutton Forshaw sticker in the rear window as well, which is quite fascinating. So also in the service manual, you've got details of the people who've serviced the car. So this one says, on presentation of this voucher, you will carry out a 6,000 mile service free of charge, stamped by the dealer who sold it. So you can see that's stamped June 97 by the Dutton Forshaw garage at Martin in Blackpool. And then servicing dealer stamp is, now this is going to get a bit sketchy because it's like 13,000 miles, but in 1999. But that was done by someone in Lytham in Lancashire, and I think that's a Form B postcode FY8, a company called Carcraft. So yeah, first service was done by Dutton Forshaw. I think they've just stamped the wrong place in the book there. Because there's nothing down for the 6,000 mile service. But then you've got a main service again by that same company, Carcraft, in Lytham. That's around 20,000 miles on 19376. And then, yeah, they've been doing it again, 25,000 miles. And then it kind of jumps to 35,000 miles. Commercial B car. I don't know where that is. and then that's where it kind of goes blank after that. So that was in 2003. It was on 35,000 miles. I bought the car in, oh look, there's another thing, Rover Assistant P102 DCW, and that's when the warranty runs out, 29th of the 6th, 1998. So I think I've just missed out on claiming the warranty, and that's to do with vehicle recalls. So yeah, I got the car and it was on 41,000 miles, 40,000 miles. It's now on 53,000 miles. So between 2003 and 2009, when I acquired it, 6 years, it's either done 5,000 miles or so, or 105,000 miles, because the mileage readout only has 5 digits in it. I'd say by the condition of it, it's only done those 5,000 miles. But yes, I was really impressed with the information you can get from the DVLA, even though they obviously can't give you addresses anymore. There's actually still quite a lot of information in there that you can gather and find, like how much a car's moved around the country, and you know where those owners were. Has it been abroad? Has it had different number plates put on it? You can get all of this just for £5 by filling out the form and sending it to the DVLA. So I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please consider liking the video and consider subscribing to the channel. It costs you absolutely nothing. And if you've got any comments, drop them down below. I respond to all of my comments. So I should have some more videos coming up soon. I've got some more work happening on the Liverpool Airport Peugeot 306. And I've also got some more work coming up on the Designer as well. So those videos should be coming soon. So yeah, once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.